Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. As you can probably tell by the title, this is going to be a disappointing products video. Obviously, I kind of didn't want to make this video, but I do want to make it so that you guys know kind of what works for me. I want to kind of make a disclaimer. I don't want to upset anyone if any of these things are your favorite. I also don't want to say that they're not going to work for everyone, because what works for me might not work for you. Also, if one of these is your favorite, please don't get mad at me. I am not meaning this to offend anyone in any way, shape, or form. I'm just kind of giving this information out for you all. If you guys want to see what some of my disappointing products slash not favorite products are, go ahead and keep on watching. So I'm going to go ahead and start with something that has been very much hyped here on YouTube. And that is the Nivea Men Sensitive Post Shave Balm. Nikki Tutorials said that this is such a really good primer. It has glycerin in it, so it helps your foundation stick to your face. Now, I have tried this multiple times, just trying to get it work, different foundations. I've tried it with different foundations. I tried it during the spring, I've tried it during the summer. I haven't tried it now because I kind of gave up on it, but I've tried it multiple times and with different types of foundations, all that good stuff. I can never seem to make this work. It doesn't make the foundation last any longer. It doesn't really do anything besides smelling very manly. It smells like a really attractive man. And I know she just says to like let it get tacky on your face and you just rub it until it starts to get tacky. I've done that. Still, it just, I don't find a reason to have to use this or to purchase this. I mean, I love other Nivea products. I just am not a fan of this as a primer. For me. I have oily skin, by the way. The next thing, some of you are gonna be like, really? You don't like that? And yeah, I'm sorry. I don't like this. I know a lot of people, this is their favorite foundation. This just did not work for me at all. And it doesn't mean that I hate this brand again. The Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I think this was like my second bottle. I don't even remember if I ever repurchased it, but this is in the shade Ivory. The color is perfect. It doesn't oxidize. Like the tone and the color is perfect for my skin. The only thing I can't get past is that it starts to separate. It mainly separates in places where I'm oily, so it'll separate off of my nose, it'll separate on my forehead, and I don't like that. I like when foundations just stay on your face and don't separate, because I want to look flawless the entire night. So yeah, I think it has to do with the fact that I have oily skin, because my sister loves this foundation. She's repurchased it multiple times. So again, I'm not saying I don't love Too Faced, because I love Too Faced. It's just that I can't, this foundation just does not work for me at all. The next thing is this. This is the Rimmel Stay Matte Liquid Mousse Foundation in the color Light Ivory. This, it looks so perfect. It has such a perfect tone. When you first apply it, when you swatch it, it has a perfect tone. Everything is just amazing. But as soon as you let it sit for a hot minute, it turns very pink. Not sure if you guys are going to be able to tell, but it literally turns pink. I was really hoping this would work. I was really hoping I would love it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to either pick up a different color or something to mix it with. It just seems to turn very pink on me, and my skin tone has no pink in it whatsoever, so I'm more of like a yellow tone. Besides that, I really do like the formula. The color is off for me. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to a couple primers. Again, I don't know why I skipped over these. The first one is the Maybelline Baby Skin, which a lot of people, and I think at one point I was really in love with this. I don't know if something changed in my skin, but I feel like this really does make foundation separate, at least on me, and I feel like it does fill in the pores. It just makes foundation really slippery and slidey, and it just doesn't stay. I'm not a fan of the Maybelline Baby Skin. But again, I love Maybelline. One of my favorite YouTubers, Nicole Guerrero, is always talking about how much she loves this. And this is the L'Oreal Paris Revitalift Miracle Blur. Now, I have a couple problems with this. So first off, I've only used this like 3 times, and as you can see, it's already like indented, like I've used a ton of product, which doesn't make sense to me because it should be full. Again, this also makes my foundation stick and slide. I'm not a fan of having my foundation slide off of my face. I feel like these like silicone type primers do that. I don't know if they just don't go well with my skin or what, but again, I'm not a fan of this. I'm gonna continue using it because it was a little pricey, but I don't think I'm like gonna use this for a day when I want my makeup to stay. I have 2 concealers that I'm not a fan of. The first one is the NYX Incredible Waterproof Concealer. One of the main reasons is because the first time I ever tried it, it fell out. So that's one thing. Another thing is that it's very dry. So I feel like I would be tugging at my skin trying to get this to blend. I don't know if I just got a bad one and that's why it like falls out all the time. Yeah, it's not my favorite, and I think there's better concealers than this blue NYX one. The next one is the Hard Candy Glamouflage Heavy Duty Concealer. Now, I love this concealer, and you're probably gonna be like, well, why are you talking about it in this video? Well, I love the concealer. I think it's amazing. The only thing I hate is that if you go a tiny bit without using it, you will get this clear liquid that comes out, and then you'll have the concealer. Not sure if you guys could see that, but like it separates very easily in this tube, and it's hard to kind of mix it again. And I have the same problem. I had bought in another one. I thought, oh, maybe it's old and that's why that happens. I bought this other one, does the same thing, and so it just leaves itself very watery. I feel like the concealer by itself is amazing. It's an amazing concealer. I just hate that it gets very watery and it separates in the tube. The next thing is this, and this is a recent thing that I got, and we got this at Generation Beauty, and I thought, okay, cool. Now, even when I showed you guys this, I told you, wow, like I did not expect for this to be this bright. This is what it looks like. It's a blush, another blush, and a highlighter, and you're just supposed to be able to easily one sweep it on. Let me just show you how bright this is. That's how bright it is. Now, for one, I feel like this highlighter color can almost be a concealer. These two different blush colors I feel like are way too bright. At least for me, you'd have to be very minimal. It's very, very creamy, and you're gonna have to probably set this with something. So I think that's probably one of the reasons why I'm not a fan of this. It says on the packaging it is a contour kit, but I would never contour with this. It doesn't say it's a blush kit or anything like that. It just says it's a bronzing kit. This is the Super BB hashtag Insta Ready by Physicians Formula. The next thing is the Maybelline Eye Studio. This is the waterproof version. They like to claim that this is waterproof, but I don't think it is. I've gotten both the waterproof and the non-waterproof of this gel liner. Both of them seem to run on my inner corners, and I feel like if this one was waterproof, it should last longer. At least, it literally lasts the same amount of time as the other one. Sorry. And I know a lot of people love that one. It's just, it doesn't work for me. I know my sister uses it and she really likes it. The next one is the Almay Liquid Liner. It claimed to be waterproof or water resistant. That's not the case at all. This wand is also very hard to use because it's super thick, and it's really hard to make any sort of thin line with this liner brush. The next thing is the Brow Stylist Sculptor by L'Oreal, and I got this because they had ran out of the Brow Stylist Definer. This is in the color or dark brunette, and the only reason I can't use this is because the pencil is really, really thick, that if I were to try to draw on my eyebrows, this is how thick the line is. It's really thick. And I like to have control over my eyebrow area. I can't get any precision. So I'm not a fan of how thick this pencil is. I feel like if it was a thinner pencil, it would work a lot better. I do, on the other hand, like the wax side. It works great. It works great for keeping your eyebrows in place, but I don't think I would buy it just because of the brow wax. The next thing, this is a disappointing product. It's the Shan XO palette. I always call it Shannon, but it's the Shan XO palette by BH Cosmetics. Now, I originally purchased this to compare it to the Kylie Jenner eyeshadow palette, the original bronze palette. This is not even the same. If you guys want to see a comparison video, I can do that, but this is not the same. The colors are not the same. The packaging is not the same whatsoever, so I don't understand why people would start to compare these two palettes together. I mean, I love BH Cosmetics. Don't get me wrong. So here are all the swatches. I think they're not the same as the Kylie palette at all. I also want to say that I was slightly disappointed with this color right here. It has some green in it, some brown in it, and it just looked like such a really pretty color. But when you swatch it, it legit turns into a brown, like a burnt orange. So, I mean, I was excited for that. I haven't even tried the lipsticks out, but again, I don't think this is one of like my favorite YouTube collaborations with BH Cosmetics. I feel like the It's Judy Time palette is a lot better. I wish they would bring that one back. I absolutely love that palette. The Carly Bible palette is a lot better than this. I feel like these colors don't really go together, if that makes sense. Like, why would I need this really weird yellow orange color? I don't know. That's just my thoughts. But yeah, I'm not a fan of this palette. One that used to be my favorites, and this is the e.l.f. blush in the color Candid Coral. Now, this has been probably like the third time I've repurchased it, and this third time is when things changed. I feel like they changed the formula to their blush because it's not as pigmented as it used to be. It's not as bright as it used to be, and now we're stuck with like this awkward color, and I'm fairly light, so for this color to not look good on my skin tone at all says a lot, because in the pan it looks like a nice rosy color, but when you apply it, it like completely changes and doesn't look like the old Candid Coral, which was like a coral color. This is more like a soft pink. I'm not a fan of this. The next thing is the e.l.f. Soft Luminance Powder. I originally thought I would be a fan of this because there's a girl here on YouTube who compared it to the Laura Mercier powder and said she liked this one better because it was more brightening. I've tried it and I don't think I'm a fan of this. I think I like my, what is it? New York Color Smooth Skin Loose Face Powder for setting under my eyes because that is what I bought this one for. I don't think I like this for setting under my eyes. It is way too bright. It's brightening, and it's really brightening, so I don't think I would use this for under my eyes. It's just a tad too brightening for my taste. The next thing is this. This is the Glam & Beauty Nudes palette. I thought it was one of the Maybellines. I thought it was one of those regular nudes palettes, but no, it's an off-brand, and a lot of these colors are just not that pigmented whatsoever, which is a little disappointing because I thought it would be pigmented. I think the only colors that are good are like the shimmer colors, but a lot of the matte colors have like no color to them. Like this gray color right here, literally can barely see it. This black, barely see it. The dark colors in this palette are not good whatsoever. And lastly, this is a product that I really tried to like, but I actually had to stop using it, and that is the Boots Botanics Soothing Eye Makeup Remover. Now this I couldn't use because it's actually started to sting my eyes, and I'm not a fan of any type of makeup remover that if I have it near my eyes, it's going to make my eyes hurt because it's going to be around my eyes. It's going to get into my eyes no matter what. So I'm not a fan of this because it stings my eyes and it hurts. So I just went back to my original Target brand makeup remover that I love and I've been using for a couple years now, because I really wanted to love this. And you guys know I love the primer, I love their day cream. There's a couple other products I like from Boots Botanics, but this one I couldn't use it, and I was even gonna try to use it just to remove any makeup during like the Halloween season. I never reached for this because it hurt. I couldn't. I'm sorry. I tried. I couldn't. So again, I'm sorry I kind of had to bring the mood down by sharing all the products that I really am not liking whatsoever. I hope this helps you in case you're thinking about purchasing any of these. But again, don't let what I say stop you from purchasing anything. If you want to try it for yourself and see if you like it. If you guys have any other questions about any of my disappointing products, you guys can leave those down below, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys. My eye is dried. Ow. It just gets all nasty. I'm not a fan of nasty. Is it Wet n Wild? No.